Hey guys, what's going on? Anthony here today. We're going to do another DIY video. Today's DIY video is going to be do-it-yourself bow fishing arrows. So I've got here a couple of bow fishing arrows, as you can see. Got the tips, the safety slides, slide stop, knot, right? So one of the arrow typically like this runs between $15 to $25 depending on the type of tip that's on it. This particular arrow here is probably a little on the cheaper side of that, the $15–16 range. This arrow, another one, I think I gave like $12 for this arrow. However, it did not have a safety slide on it when I bought it, so I have added that. So basically I've come to the conclusion that I can build my own bow fishing arrows, and I'm averaging $5.50 to $6 an arrow. And the way I do that is I go on Amazon and I buy these driveway markers. They're 5/16 inch fiberglass markers. Bow fishing arrows are also 5/16. One end is sharpened, so that's our knock end. And then I will measure to drill my hole for my safety slide stop, and then I'll cut this off at my desired length to glue the tip on and pin it. So let's get started and I'll show you how I do this. So first thing I do is I'm going to pull some measurements here. I always pull from the sharpened end, and I'm going to pull approximately 1 3/4 inches. To mark my hole for my slide stop, and then we're going to make one more mark. We're going to measure about 32 inches, 31.5 to 32 inches depending on the type of tips. The tips I'm using are a little bit longer because they have the twist and release on them, so I'm going to do the 31.5. So now that we've got that marked, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to cut and drill this. Alright guys, so like I said, I'm building these bow fishing arrows from $5.50 to $6 a piece. So $6 for a ready to shoot bow fishing arrow is pretty good. So the way I'm doing that is I've got these tips, ordered these on Amazon. They're like $30 for a dozen. So that was my most expensive. So you got $30 for a dozen tips. The safety slide knot kits come with safety slides, slide stoppers, slide stopper bushings, and screws, and knocks. And I think it was like $12 or so is what I get for those. And then the last thing was the fiberglass driveway stakes, and you get a dozen of those for like $20 or something like that. Like maybe it's $25. So in essence, $70. You're building a dozen bow fishing arrows. Just a side note, guys, you're dealing with fiberglass, wear a mask. And safety glasses. Now that I've got that drilled, my next step is I'm going to go ahead and put my slide stop on. It's something I always do. I always put a little dab of super glue just to give this a little extra hold. So we've got that on there. Next will be our knock. And just add a little bit of glue in there. We're going to slide that up on there. Now, something I will note here, I always index my knock, my safety slide, and my tip. Here's the tips I'll be using. Like I said, they have the twist and release where you can flip the prongs around to get the fish off. But I will always index everything with the prongs, the slide stop, and the knock are all indexed together. I do that because this is always facing up, and this, with the prongs turned sideways, keeps from the prong accidentally catching a reel. I have shot some bow fishing bows where the reel's mounted a little closer down. So we're going to give that a few minutes to dry, and I'll be back with you on installing the tip here in a minute. So alright guys, our knock and slide stop are glued. So the next thing I'm going to do is actually install my safety slide. Then we're going to lay our point and index it with the knock and safety slide. So we're going to index that. And then we're going to drill for our pin. Got that drilled. And for the pin, I just like to use these little brass nails. So I'm going to slide that in there, and then we're going to trim it with our clippers, leaving a little bit exposed. I'm going to slide that back out. Put some glue in our tip. And then I'm going to slide that back on there, lining it up with our hole for our pin. Let's put our pin in there. Take our pin back on this side. And mash that pin down, and there we have it. We have a complete Bowfishing arrow with safety slide, slide stop, knock, complete arrow, $5.50 to $6. And it's that simple. These actually shoot pretty decent. I have been making these for, made several of them. This is the first time I've ordered by the dozen, which is actually cheaper. Alright guys, so we're out here. We're going to take a shot with the bow. I'm just going to shoot the target. I did take the tip off of my arrow so I can don't have to try to dig it out of the target. So check this out. So guys, there you have it. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook at rawhunting89. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more do-it-yourself videos, and we'll catch you next time.